I would like also for all the people to hear why we have a moral obligation even before this wartime, because the people are afraid of a civil war and everything. Why we have the moral obligation to gather in such a peaceful way and practically to share the Gpms.world message and move forward with an autonomy system.
Well, first we need to look at GPMS is a worldwide referendum. It's a worldwide vote to change the world and to save many people very quickly. So simply, this is the substantiation, the justification for the morality of what GPMS is. It's no longer acceptable in any country or worldwide, anyone to be in lack, and more importantly, 15 to 20,000 children dying each day of starvation, which can be prevented. These children are dying of starvation because of the conglomeration and the network of the governments worldwide that are keeping intact a capitalistic system which creates classes of the people, which creates division. So you have the upper class, the middle class, and the lower class. And the real statistics of this in the lower class is about 85 to 90% of the world's population. And it's unacceptable that these hardships should be inflicted upon the majority of the population by the governments. So in this great time, what people need to realize is that GPMS is the most serious movement ever in the history of man, if you will. Not only is it the most serious, it is the most powerful and most important, and it is the most moral obligation to do what is right. So having said this, each individual is compelled and morally obligated to vote for this new world. On the flip side of that, if they know about GPMS and they don't support it and they don't vote for it, then it means an abstinence of voting means that they condone a criminal world that is inflicting much misery and harm upon humanity. So it becomes, if they are moral, to make this choice. So it merely needs to be explained to the people that worldwide there is an election that is occurring right now, and everyone needs to vote in it. And what this election is for a replacement system, a new world, rather than this savage system, what is here. So people are actually voting for this savage, powerless system, or they're voting for the new, civilized, abundant, prosperous, abundant and free world. And with this, each one needs to do it. For if they hesitate, the longer they hesitate and don't vote, for every minute, children are dying. And not only children dying, children go missing. In the USA alone, every day, over 2,000 children go missing. And yes, it's the system that's responsible for that. One thing that GPMS does that corrects this is brings the family unit back together in the US, where the children are not left alone and both parents working and are not going to school. So that family bonding and unit is coming back together. And what this does, it ends the violence and children leaving home on their own accord, but also being kidnapped and taken by, let's say, nefarious ones. But just to keep it simply, I could take this right into the full dynamics and depth at showing how GPMS is the solution for every problem. But I don't need to say this. It is the moral obligation and the common sense of every individual to vote and vote now for GPMS. Every day that one hesitates, more or less, I will say this, you are an accomplice to a crime that is committed every day worldwide because you're allowing it to exist. You're condoning it. You are not standing up to stop it and prevent it. Everything what GPMS does can be done in an instant, meaning poverty wiped out instantly worldwide. Everyone needs to do what is morally right and vote for this now. It is the full solution. GPMS has everything in its dynamics. It is concrete. It is the new civilization for humanity. It is a complete package. It is not ad hoc. It has the complete plan, complete strategy, complete direction, and the complete end goal, which is the implementation of the civilized world. And it becomes each one's obligation to make a vote to support this new world rather than supporting the savagery. So there is no escape by any worldwide. There is no justification for you not to be voting unless you are an actual evil one themselves. Then yes, you would not vote, because if you are evil, you wish to create harm and inflict consistent harm and misery upon humanity, which leads very quickly to death for many. Over 30,000 worldwide each day, it leads to death because of the system. And GPMS has the full solution to change the system, and instantly with the numbers we have in GPMS now, over about 66,000. If you just use the number, the power of 3, within a month, it's around the world and everyone is voting for it, and it's done. This is how quick GPMS can be done, ideally within a month. But what it is the moral hesitation by the majority at not accepting and knowing that they have this power, but also not knowing yet that they have to do something. And this is where the worldwide lockdowns and everything that has transpired in the last 3 years is telling every soul upon the planet, you have to do something. You have to stand up. You cannot let this continue. So you are morally obligated to make a stand. It is common sense by the majority that the present power regime is actually inflicting the harm. They are not doing what is in the best interest for humanity. That's why GPMS is doing it. And GPMS is fully divinely backed by God and all divinity, or it would not even be possible. So we need to add that in there. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to ramble.
No,